4 full rounds of the 2025 NFL mock draft. It's mine. It's over at rosterwatch.com. I'm Cody Carpentier from the Draft Ranking Show every single morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, podcast and YouTube. Tap in, lock in, click that like button, and click subscribe. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. Pull out your phone, pull out your laptop, go to rosterwatch.com. It's free, and get my 4-round NFL mock draft. And scroll down to the bottom, leave a comment. Let me know. Leave a comment here on YouTube. Leave a comment on Roster Watch underneath my mock. Let me know exactly what you think about the draft. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to pop it up on the screen. You can follow along if you'd like. Otherwise, you can just go to rosterwatch.com and pull it up if you're listening on podcast and kind of scroll along with us. It's impossible to get to 138 selections, which is what 4 rounds is, inside of 10 minutes. So we're just going to skim, talk about some of the most important ones, and then you just go from there. You can get the rest of the mock over, like I said, at rosterwatch.com. I'll put the link in the description. Round 1. Pick one. Tennessee Titans select Cam Ward, quarterback out of Miami. This one feels like a lock, if anything, right now in the draft. Number 2 overall, we got the Browns trading down to 3. It's a one-spot trade. It's a stupid trade, but I think the Giants do it so they can assure that they get a quarterback after they miss out on what I'm projecting to be missing out on Aaron Rodgers. They get Shedeur Sanders here at 2. The Giants do. At 3, Cleveland goes Abdul Carter. 4, we got New England going Travis Hunter. For me, this is Travis Hunter or Kelvin Banks for the New England Patriots. I know Mason Graham's in the conversation, but they just paid Milton Williams a big bag. So I'm not going to go that direction. Travis Hunter is also interesting because they just signed Carlton Davis. So maybe Travis Hunter plays more wide receiver, and he's the alpha that Vrabel's looking for. I would like that, especially for fantasy football. Jacksonville, Gladstone makes a big move, building the defense just like Los Angeles Rams had the last 8 years he's been there. Mason Graham, 5th overall from the Jaguars. Number 6 will go Armand Membu, tackle from Missouri. 7, Tyler Warren, tight end from Penn State. Number 8, Jalen Walker, linebacker, edge rusher from Georgia. This one feels like it's in Penn right now, but the Panthers have also not signed any free agents on the offensive side of the football, so that could be something we take a look at as we move forward. Tyler Booker, offensive lineman from Alabama, goes 9 to the Saints, and 10th overall, we got the Bears taking Kelvin Banks. All right, there's the top 10, like I just said. Move on to some of the key ones I liked in this draft. Will Campbell, some people mock him and said the top 5. I got him dropping down to 13 to the Miami Dolphins. The Colts in this mock get Will Johnson. They went out, got Charvarius Ward, got Cam Bynum on the back end. They're continuing to build this defense back up. The Falcons do the right thing. Draft Walter Nolan, defensive lineman from Ole Miss. I love that. 2 running backs go back-to-back at the later part of round 1. Number 20 overall, Denver Broncos get Travion Henderson to be their joker to kind of bring that offense together, protect Bo Nix, pass catch out of the backfield for Bo Nix, and run the hell out of the football. Omarion Hampton was the next pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jalen Warren's there, yes. Kenny Gainwell's there, yes. Neither of them are meat shields. Neither of them are ball carriers that can lead from 20-plus carry perspective. Omarion Hampton is that guy. He comes off the board at 21 to the Steelers. Tet McMillan, the wide receiver from Arizona, falls all the way down to pick 28 to the Detroit Lions. People are going to say that's stupid. It is what it is. I mean, the first receiver that came off the board was Matthew Golden at 25, who was back home to Houston where he began his collegiate career. I would love that offense. Nico Collins, Matthew Golden, Christian Kirk, very low-key wide receiver trio there. Ted McMillan, like I said, to the Lions at 28. And I love this. The Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl runner-up, Malachi Starks from Georgia, the safety, goes to the Kansas City Chiefs here at pick 31. I think this is an insane value for a guy that's probably a top 15 player in the draft. And then James Pierce. There's some off-field stuff there. I've been told by Eagles fans they won't touch him with a 10-foot pole. We don't know what the true back off-field information is on James Pierce, but I'm sure Howie Roseman will. And if he falls to 32, it's a great Josh Sweat replacement. On to round 2. Again, you can get this whole mock over rosterwatch.com. You can lock in over there. You can follow along. It's free, rosterwatch.com, 4-round mock draft. Link is in the description on podcast and YouTube. Pick 33. The Cleveland Browns get that quarterback after they go Abdul Carter in round 1. They get Jackson Dart here in round 2 from Ole Miss. Emeka Egbuka is the first receiver off the board in round 2. He's from Ohio State, goes to Tennessee Titans, and joins Cam Ward. Pick 37, Quinshon Judkins. The Raiders need a running back. Quinshon Judkins performed exceedingly well with an 11-foot broad jump at the NFL Combine. He joins Chip Kelly in that Raider offense. He's going to be the A1 day one in front of Zamir White if this happens. And it'll be interesting, the conversations about ranking running backs and ranking guys for fantasy football drafts for those people when that time comes around after the NFL draft, if this happens. But they still need a quarterback potentially for the future. Geno Smith is there. We'll see how long for. Ariante Ursary. I know New England fans want an offensive lineman. In early round when I gave him Travis Hunter, I said Kelvin Banks' interest there. Ariante Ursary, who I don't love at left tackle. I know Morgan Moses is there right now at right tackle, but Ursary can get some work in and kind of play a little bit of swing, both sides in year one if he doesn't get that day one left tackle job. Caleb Johnson, this is a big one here, goes to the Bears, the running back from Iowa. Everyone's looking at this Bears spot at 10th overall. Ashton Jeanty, wrong. Ashton Jeanty's not going to come in and be Ben Johnson's Jahmyr Gibbs. That's literally DeAndre Swift's build, prototype, and ability. They need to draft a David Montgomery because I don't think they believe in Roschon Johnson that way, unfortunately. They draft a David Montgomery. That is Caleb Johnson. He ran slow. He's going to be a value. You're going to get him. You're going to be able to get him here in the mid-second round. Bears, I give them the pick here at 41 after they take Nick Scorton just 2 picks ago. Bears take Caleb Johnson. There's your two-headed monster, Caleb Johnson, and DeAndre Swift becomes a big value in all fantasy-type leagues. Alfred Collins, we get a run on defensive lineman here. Darius Alexander, 42nd overall to the Jets from Toledo. Josh Farmer from Florida State goes to the Niners. Alfred Collins from Texas goes to the Cowboys. We talked about the depth of the defensive line class. There's 3 of them ripped off the board back to back here inside the top 50. Couple more receivers that do go in round 2. Jalen Knoll from Iowa State to 46 to the Falcons. He's grown a lot through this process, as is his teammate Jaden Higgins from Iowa State that's heading to Seattle. Seattle, of course, recently just got Cooper Kupp, but he plays a lot of slot. JSN plays a lot of slot. I know they got MVS, Jake Bobo. They do need a different archetype, and that different archetype would be a Jaden Higgins that can play outside. We're running short on time, so let's skim through here. Alec Ayomanor to the Buffalo Bills. Wyatt Millam from West Virginia, offensive tackle, can play guard and tackle from West Virginia. Houston's just trying to revamp this entire offensive line, build leadership in this thing. Millam fits great on the Houston offense because he's a heady guy from West Virginia, and he'll bring some mentality to that room. Last 2 picks, Deion Walker falls. He was one time a top 10 consensus guy from Kentucky, defensive tackle, goes to Kansas City. Our guy, Carson Vincent, the bad man Bulldog, until the day he dies from Alabama A&M, goes 64th overall to the Philadelphia Eagles. In round 3, just a couple of big ones here. RJ Harvey, your new RB1 for the Cleveland Browns, comes off the board at 67. Quarterback run happens in round 3, not round 2. We saw Dart in round 2. Round 3, it's Quinn Ewers to the Raiders at 69. Tyler Shook at 71 to the Saints. And then Milroe goes with Justin Fields to the Jets. How about that one? You like that? I do. I think that's kind of interesting. The Bengals need a safety. They go Andrew Makuba. That's been a big talking point. Will the Bengals go safety in round 1? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? That's what they go. They go Andrew Makuba in round 3. Great value there. A lot of edge rushers, interior offensive linemen, cornerbacks in round 3. Kobe Bryant, 97th overall from Kansas, goes to the Vikings. The Vikings need cornerback help. They have Byron Murphy. They have Mekhi Blackman. They've added a couple of more pieces at cornerback, but they need to continue to do that, as does the Miami Dolphins with Quincy Riley from Louisville. Just 2 dogs at cornerback. Closing it out in round 4, there's a couple of big ones that kind of stand out to me as far as talents and abilities. Kyle Kennard, a maniacal edge rusher from South Carolina this past year. Harold Landry departs Tennessee. Tennessee does not get Abdul Carter at the top, so they get Kyle Kennard here at the top of round 4. Tennessee also, they have Tyjae Spears. They have Tony Pollard, 2 guys that can't stay that healthy. Why don't you add a 3rd guy that can't stay that healthy? Trevor Etienne. He's got the projection. He's got the brother in the league. I'm trying to think of the word. He's got the bloodline. He's got the brother in the league that can play in the NFL. Trevor Etienne's a good back. He showed up when the going got tough this past year. And the last one I want to talk about, this one right here. Jordan Phillips, pick 136 to the Baltimore Ravens. The defensive tackle from Maryland showed up the Shrine Bowl with pizza pans for quads. Jordan Phillips is going to be a guy. I love it. That's round 4. Again, I know it's got to be quick. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Click that like button. Click subscribe. Head over to rosterwatch.com. Click the description. Click the link in the description to see the full mock, all 4 rounds. Talk that shit. Let me know what you think.